Folks, you are watching World News. AirAsia QZ8501 Indonesia plane at bottom of sea. The missing AirAsia Indonesia flight QZ8501 is likely to be at the bottom of the sea, the head of Indonesia's search and rescue agency has said. Bambang Solistio said the hypothesis was based on the coordinates of the plane when contact with it was lost. The search for the Airbus A320-200, which disappeared with 162 people on board on Sunday on a flight to Singapore, has ended for a second day. The search area will be widened on Tuesday. The pilots had requested a course change because of bad weather but did not send any distress call before the plane disappeared from radar screens between Borneo and Sumatra. Based on the coordinates given to us and evaluation that the estimated crash position is in the sea, the hypothesis is the plane is at the bottom of the sea, Mr. Solistio told the news conference in Jakarta. At the scene, Sri Lestari, BBC News, over the Java Sea. I boarded a military aircraft at 6 o'clock at a base in Jakarta and was on board for 10 hours, 7 of which were spent searching over the Java Sea near Belitung Island. It took us about 2 hours to reach the area where the authorities believe the plane was when it lost contact with air traffic control in Jakarta. Our plane was flying very low, about 450 m 10001504 above sea level. The weather was very clear and the waters relatively calm. From the aircraft I could just see the water, a small island and a few fishing boats. The search team was trying to find wreckage or some signal from the missing plane. They were looking at the sea through small windows. I did the same thing, checking the windows every 15 minutes. But I saw nothing. At around 1400 hours the search team found a slit of oil, but the authorities weren't sure where it had come from. Announcing the end of the day's searching, Mr. Solistio said that on Tuesday the search area would be widened to cover West Kalimantan, on the island of Borneo, and the southern parts of the waters off the coast of Belitung Island. Weather conditions on Monday were very good, he said, but helicopters involved in the search lacked the visual equipment for searching that night. The search would continue to focus on oil slicks seen on Monday, Mr. Solistio added, though it is not clear whether they were caused by the plane. Some ships were still searching for the plane, he added. Indonesian Vice President Yusuf Kala said that 30 ships and 15 aircraft were taking part in the search, and that any ships in the area and even fishermen were being asked to join in. Flight QZ8501 had left Surabaya in eastern Java at 5:35 on Sunday 22:35 GMT Saturday and was due to arrive in Singapore at 8:30 GMT. The pilot radioed at 6:24 local time asking permission to climb to 38,000 for 11,000 m to avoid the dense storm clouds. Indonesian officials said the request could not be immediately approved due to traffic, but the plane disappeared from the radar screens before the pilots gave any further response. It is unclear what happened next, but one report suggests the plane may have tried to climb through the storm. Former pilots say such a move could lead to reduced stability and possibly a fatal stall, as the plane is battered by ferocious crosswinds and downdrafts. Modern aircraft are designed to withstand such pressures, but experts say pilots can lose control in extreme circumstances. The captain, AirAsia, had more than 20,500 flight hours, almost 7,000 of them with AirAsia. The co-pilot is French national Remy Emmanuel Pleasel. The AirAsia group has previously had no fatal accidents involving its aircraft. AirAsia boss Tony Fernandez has said the disappearance is his worst nightmare. There were 155 passengers on board, the company said in a statement, 137 adults, 17 children and 1 infant. Most were Indonesian but also one UK national, a Malaysian, a Singaporean and 3 South Koreans. The BBC understands that the British national is Kaiman Choi. 2 pilots and 5 crew were also on board, 1 French, the others Indonesian. This has been a difficult year for aviation in Asia. Malaysia's national carrier Malaysia Airlines has suffered 2 losses. Flights Marshall Islands 370 and Marshall Islands 17. Flight Marshall Islands 370 disappeared on a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing in March with 239 passengers and crew. The wreckage, thought to be in the southern Indian Ocean, has still not been located.